In section 1.7, homework number 39 to 70, we're solving inequalities with absolute values. So we can use these properties over here to set up how to break apart and get rid of the absolute value bars. But the first thing, notice how all of these have the absolute value isolated on the left side. So I'm going to isolate this guy, which means I need to get rid of that 3 and the negative 2. So I'm going to move them to the other side, starting with the 3. So I will take that minus 3, and I get negative 2, x plus 4 is less than 5. Oops, sorry. 5 minus 3 is 2. I don't know what I was thinking. Okay, and then I need to divide both of those by a negative 2 to isolate the x plus 4 and the absolute value. So dividing this by negative 2, dividing the whole thing so I don't forget to flip that inequality. When I divide by a negative, I have to flip the inequality. So this negative 2 cancels with this one, and I get, actually, you know what I'm going to do? I want to break it apart the terms so I don't get confused about canceling. Okay, so these two will cancel, and I get the absolute value x plus 4, but I got to flip the inequality because I'm dividing by a negative. So now it's greater than, and then I have 2 divided by negative 2 gives me a negative 1. Now that I have an absolute value isolated, I can look over at the properties. I have an x greater than, the absolute value greater than, so that is this one right here, which I'm going to split into 2 parts because remember, the absolute value is a distance. So if a distance is greater than something, then it must be further away from the center. Okay, so we have I like to write the second one first because taking away the absolute value bars, if x plus 4 is a positive number to start with, then taking away the absolute values doesn't change anything. So I have that. The other one, which I'm going to do in purple, this guy right here is what happens if what is inside of the absolute value was actually negative, then that means I have to flip this and change the sign. So now I have 2 possibilities. So I'm actually going to change this one to green for this one, the x plus 4 greater than negative 1. In solving that, I just subtract 4 from both sides to get x by itself, and I get x is greater than negative 5. And on the flip side, I get negative 4, subtracting 4 from both sides to isolate the x, I get x is less than negative 3. Now I have to express that in interval. There's an or between these. So that's the final answer, but I need to express it in interval notation. So I like to look at a number line and think about what does that look like on the number line. And I think, okay, so the negative 3 and negative 5, negative 5 comes first, and then the negative 3. And the green was the greater than, so that means the arrow is going to go that way. So I start at the negative 5. Oh, something's not right. Actually, something's not right, but I'm gonna show you why I realized that. So I realized that if I'm gonna fill this in, whoops, that's gonna be an open circle. So going about the way I was doing it, following those steps, I have an open circle because it's not equal, it's strictly greater than. And greater than means it goes this way. And then the purple one goes, it's less than negative 3, which goes this way. Well, now all values are either purple or green, the entire real number system. So the reason that happened is because here I should have noticed that this says an absolute value is greater than a negative number, which is always true. So that's all real numbers. So I should have stopped right there and said all real numbers, but I kept going like more procedurally, just going through those steps, and I got that red flag, like, why are these overlapping? And then I realized, oh, it's because I missed this fact. So you can actually stop right here at the orange if you catch that you have an absolute value equal to a greater than a negative, always true. Less than a negative would never be true, so it would be no solution. And if you keep going, then you end up getting this kind of green-purple split, where you end up covering the entire number line. So that's my final answer, is all real numbers. So this is the easy way to recognize an absolute value greater than a negative, and this is the hard way. Either way, you get the same answer.